just looking around, kind of awestruck because the place is just so beautiful. I'm just like, wow, like this place is gorgeous. It just inspired me. It just made me want to be like, I want to make more money. I want to earn more. I want to like really be able to. Hey y'all, it's your girl Funmi-Layo. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like this video because it helps other people to see the video, and make sure to subscribe because we have awesome content on this channel. Today I'm going to be coming to you guys with a video talking about my first 3 months living in Miami when I first took my sabbatical. Y'all remember if you had seen my why I moved to Miami video a little bit back back then. But yes, so I wanted to break this video down in different parts because you guys know I did that about 3 month sabbatical, and then I ended up moving back to Miami later on, and so there's gonna be like a 1 year Miami update too. So this is the first part, and then stay tuned and make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the other parts. So when I first moved to Miami, I was excited. I just really wanted a break from just being in the house doing nothing. Like y'all know, I moved back home from DC and I just was not doing a doggone thing. Like I was just chilling, you know? So other than work, obviously. But then I went ahead and I moved down here. I was just like, you know, I want to get a change of scenery. And when I had came here for my birthday that year or whatever, it was like, it felt like I wanted to be here longer. I wanted to just be here for a little bit. I wanted a break. So I came down here, and initially it was just kind of like, wow, I'm really here. Like, what the heck? You know, the place that I was staying at or whatever, it was in a nice area, you know, it was cool. I was able to walk different places and everything like that. But I just like, I started out kind of slow, trying to like, that whole living situation was just something, y'all, it's a story for another day, but it just trying to get things settled in the apartment because it wasn't settled. It wasn't settled. It needed like some cleaning and different stuff like that. Cause I was just like, oh my gosh, I gotta do a lot to get this place together. But anyways, yes. So went ahead, and I just feel like when I first came down, it was just more so a lot of, you know, exploring the nightlife, but also like, you know, just going out, I took myself out on like a lot of like solo dates, really checking out different restaurants and everything, because Miami did just have such a great food scene. So I loved that. Then I was, you know, making friends, like meeting new people and, you know, going out with them, and just really just looking around, kind of awestruck because the place is just so beautiful. I'm just like, wow, like this place is gorgeous. It just inspired me. It just made me want to be like, I want to make more money. I want to earn more. I want to like really be able to, you know, explore every different place and everything, and have enough money to like, you know, just really make the most of my time here or whatever, because it's just, if you ever been to Miami, like there's just certain parts, it's like, whoa, it's just beautiful. It's just very beautiful, and it's inspiring. It just makes you want to wake up and work harder, at least for me in the particular area that I spend a lot of time in or whatever. So yes, so then, you know, I went through that, and then also like going to restaurants and then seeing like celebrities there, and it's just like, wait, what? Like just being in shock, like it's just a casual thing, like they're just there. And I'm just starstruck, like, wow, you know, or they just walk by you, because I just had never experienced something like that. So it just seems like, you know, the TV coming to real life. Like it made things that seem so far-fetched just be like in plain sight, like, oh no, this is not that big of a deal, right? So it just made me think like, okay, well, you know, if they're on TV and they're doing all these phenomenal things, why can't I can go do it too, you know? So there's that. And in terms of like people, when I first got here, I just did notice that like it's a lot of people who weren't from here. It was kind of rare to meet people who were actually from Miami. Most people had just moved, or most people were like here for a little bit, coming in and out. It's a very transient city. I will say that. It's like you could meet somebody, but they might be leaving next week, or they might be leaving on Monday. Honestly, it's like a trend, honestly. Yeah, leaving on Monday. It's just, it depends. Or like business trip, leaving next week. Just different things when you meet different people or whatever, because it's like a lot of people are traveling in here. They're like travel nurses. They're, different business people or whatever coming in and out. Because there are, I don't know if I would say a lot, but a good amount of conferences that are in Miami too. So I will say that it is a very transient city. So there's that. I feel like during that period, that first 3 months, I didn't really meet many people that really lived in Miami. I met some, right? But majority of people, like, no, they're just here for a little bit, maybe a couple months or indefinitely, or I don't know. It was very different in that sense. But, I was getting around, with the Ubers or whatever. I know they do have like, they have some sort of transportation system, like a train or whatever, I feel like here, but I never used it. So I really don't know. I can't really tell you much about that, but it was just super cool. And I'm just like, I just really liked Miami during those 3 months. And it just almost overwhelming. I felt like I just had to do everything at once. Like, I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do that. I would rarely sit still just because I knew like I'm going to leave in a little bit, So I just trying to make the most of my time in Miami, because I didn't really anticipate living here. I knew I would be here for a couple months, but I didn't think I would just decide to like just live here. But yeah, so there was that during those 3 months, but it was just a different world for me. I will say also because it's like I had partied and stuff before, but like the whole like VIP culture, I never really took part in that, So coming here and just seeing how that was, I'm like, wait, what? There was one occasion where it was like with a promoter or something, and they're like, come. And it was, how they had the 2 different lines. And so I'm just like, not that I had never been a VIP before, like, but it's usually you end up there when you get there, but never like, okay, I'm like going on. This was like me coming here. It's like the second time actually going on purpose, like with like meeting up when the promoter's already in there, and then like you're cutting the line to go VIP or whatever. So he over there like, okay, come over. And so I'm used to general admission. Okay, look, let's talk about it. I'm just a girl used to normal admission. So I'm going through the normal line. Mind you, it's a line of people. I'm cutting like, excuse me, it's me in the front. And we walk in, like a friend that I have made down here, and we walk in. Well, I think she had waited. I don't know if she had waited, but I was getting in there or whatever. And I didn't get to go far. I just went like a couple people, like I was just walking. I was getting ready to walk in that line. And they're like, no, the other line. It's a different line, the shorter line. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, talking about it now, even then it was embarrassing, but it's just because I'm not like, obviously they're 2 separate lines, but I'm not thinking like VIP. I'm just not. My mindset was just kind of like just doing what you're used to, but it was just like, okay, it's different, you know what I mean? And I knew that, but I don't know, it just didn't connect the dots at the time. That was kind of embarrassing or whatever. But we went in there or whatever, and like had that time. But being able to like go out to during those 3 months, like being able to like go out and, just knowing already when you're going out, like drinks and everything were covered, and, obviously no entry fee and all that. It was cool, so that's nice or whatever. Especially when you don't like actually know the people who are hosting the event, it's just more so like, yeah, whatever. But that was cool. I thought that was a good time, and it was my first time actually living on my own. Like usually I would live with somebody because I've always had a roommate, you know. So this was my first time trying out like just living alone, and I loved it. And I feel like it was because my apartment wasn't too big. But even still now, I feel like, because my apartment is not too big now, but even if I had a bigger apartment, I feel like I would still be comfortable. But I'm glad I have started out small. But at that time, you know, during those like about 3 months or whatever, I wasn't like nervous or anything. The apartment wasn't that big. It was small, but you know, it was just perfect. Like I felt comfortable in terms of like feeling safe, safety wise. So that was cool or whatever. One thing that I did notice is like a lot of dogs here, even in like the grocery stores. Like even I just noticed it like everywhere. Miami, very heavy on the animal friendly in terms of dogs. A lot, they're everywhere. They are everywhere here, like all over the apartment buildings, restaurants. Not every restaurant, like the really nice ones, no, but like some of these, like, you know, these like more chill ones, yeah, they'll be there. I've seen one in the inside of a restaurant. Yes, I've seen that. Outside restaurants, yeah, they'd be there, obviously, you know. And then in the grocery store, though, that one blew me away because I'm like, come on. There was one time I had to tell somebody because we were in line and the dog was coming up close to me. I'm like, ma'am, excuse me, like, can you get your dog? Like, it was just, I was just like, you know what I mean? So it's wild, but and to be so comfortable with it because like, okay, you got it here, but like, hold it close to you now, like, what's going on? But yeah, so there's a lot of that. It's a very, very, very dog friendly city. Beautiful views. I didn't really, during those 3 months, I don't think I went to the beach at all. No. I did go to the beach one time. I think when my friend came to visit me. Yeah, I think I did go to the beach one time then. And that was cool. But I do notice also people who live here, they really don't go to the beach like that, you know. I guess it depends if you live... Nah. Well, the people that I've met, I'll say, I think it depends on everybody, right? There's some, I do remember one person I've met that they said, oh yeah, like I love going to the beach or whatever. But that's literally like only one person, literally. I'm just going to say two in case I'm forgetting something, but I only really remember one person who's ever told me like, yeah, they frequently go to the beach. I don't really know many people who do that over here. But then again, you might come here and you might meet a whole bunch of people who be going to the beach like that. But yeah, no, that wasn't something I did during those 3 months. It was more so just like going out to eat, you know, and nightlife and taking walks and just like just doing cool stuff around the city or whatever. I'll save the rest for like another video. Yeah, it was a cool little sabbatical. That was like my first impression of Miami. I'm like, okay. And it was very diverse. Me noticing like how diverse it is, people wise. You know, heavy on the Spanish culture, which I love because I want to be fluent in Spanish. So I thought that was super dope. Around that time, during that 3 months, things were expensive. Like it was when people were just moving from New York and LA, like around that time when they were just like really beginning to come to move in to Miami. So not beginning, but like in the middle of that or whatever. So it was getting more and more expensive. But when I've actually now like really moved to Miami and signed a lease and everything like that, the price is just skyrocketed. Like back then, I thought it was expensive, and now I'm like, whoa. You know, the way the price just shot up from that sabbatical to me now living here. Now, like, crazy. But those were kind of like, this video is kind of just to give my first impressions of Miami in terms of like living here for a short period of time during this 3 months. So this next video, which make sure to subscribe so you see, you know, and you're tuned in for that. will be me speaking more about like living long-term in Miami, actually like knowing that, you know, you're gonna be here because you signed that lease. Even though you can break a lease, but still like knowing I'm gonna be here for a long time and really getting acquainted to the city, my feelings, things that I've noticed, and just my whole experience then. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.